Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. We're back today for another episode with Cefn Druids, and in part 18, we face Barrytown United away and Cardiff Met Uni at home. And we're looking to get back to form because it hasn't been a very good month of September. You were with me last time for transfer deadline date where Ben Williams finally pulled some deals out the bag. But since then, it's been a difficult spell and we've only just started to recover. So if you're looking forward to finding out if we can do well against two very good sides that improved in the summer, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from two long-term stories. Tomorrow will be the final day on the beta schedule ahead of the full release of FM. And then from Tuesday, we'll have daily episodes from 3:30, rotating between the two long-term stories, with FM Mobile taking the morning slot for the rest of that week. But a massive thank you for your support as always. You can find anything you've missed and the Twitch channel up in the eye above. But I think for the first time in this series, I'm disappointed with where we are. Because even in the first season, when we were really struggling and being threatened with our job, I wasn't surprised to be down there because we knew we were missing one or two key players. This season, we've been given a squad, albeit they're not all fit and gelled and whatever else yet. But we're really not performing. We've snuck a victory against the bottom side and we've won a cup game. And apart from that, if I show you the schedule, September was an unmitigated disaster. You were with me for that freak defeat against Aberystwyth. The TNS game, probably even more frustrating. A nothing match for 80 minutes. Then they brought off JJ Donnelly on the bench. 3 goals, a hat-trick in 5 minutes. And there we go, a 3-0 defeat. We then lost at home to Haverfordwest in another poor performance. Josh Carey scoring his first goal for the club's a lovely finish too, but Henry Jones and Danny Williams either side making it a victory for the visitors. We did sneak a 1-1 draw at Connors Quay. Again, we fought hard, we were ahead, we were doing well, but Jake Howes, the former Luton legend, off the bench with a late goal to cancel out Nick Roberts' opener. Against Carnarvon at home, a 1-0 win, Rio Dyer late on from a set piece. We were dominant, but you can tell the confidence is gone. The strikers aren't really scoring and we aren't looking in particularly good shape. What we did have though was a friendly cup tie. We got to rest a lot of players and Ingmar, Cassidy and Nichols, 3 backup strikers all scoring. I feel like they might break into the team before long if the front two keep up their current form. So no goal for new signing Sam Jones yet. Nothing really in terms of defensive work for Godden. That was his debut in that Ruthin game. And Casey did score 1 good goal against Haverfordwest, but certainly hasn't set the world alight yet. So with 2 tough games to come in this episode, then Pennybont who have started much better this season, I'm starting to worry. We've got Aberystwyth again in the cup quarter final, which might be a blessing in disguise if we want to bounce back, or it could end up being a disaster. But to be honest, that's really my mentality now, is the league season, TNS without group stage football are going to run away with it. They're flying already. I think they've only dropped 2 points. And we're not going to be able to compete. We're too far behind already, and there's other sides that will probably sneak 2nd and 3rd at this rate. However, if we can avoid TNS in the League Cup and get home ties largely, I still fancy our chances. So my operation this year is to try and win a trophy, or to get sniffed out by another club, but that doesn't look like happening just yet. So let's go and crack on straight with the first game. It's a very important one for us, because we need to keep an unbeaten run going. We've got back to ways where we've not lost in 3 now, albeit we weren't convincing in the 2 league fixtures there. We've now got an opportunity to get the bounce, get the momentum back, get those dynamics back up, because they had dropped to the floor for a large part of the last month. We've just about got them back now. We did a team meeting, we did the individual chats, every trick in the book to build confidence, and it finally looks like it's paying dividends. It can all go wrong if we lose this one though. Good players in the Barrytown United team. They signed a few in the summer that were high quality. Kay McLagan, always a problem for us in Welsh football. So let's pick our 11. Let's see what the recommendation is. And we'll be back in a minute to run through it and head to Barrytown United in the Welsh Premier League. And here we are. And a couple of interesting stats actually to start the game, or just fun facts about the squad. Charlie Edge, now the joint worst player in the starting 11, which I found really interesting. I put a huge emphasis and a lot of training in the last month into defending and attacking set pieces. We're starting to see the benefits going forward, but we have still conceded a few at the back, so we're going to have to watch out for that. Jesse Naylor, a normal backup centre-half, has not recovered from the midweek fixture. I brought in Dave Evans, but he's not fit either, so actually I'm going to put Luke Cooper on the bench. Our starting 11 though is not really surprising. Coley between the sticks, Peters and Lewis the fullbacks, Kai Edwards and Jacob Lever centre half. Edwards just past his prime now, declining a little bit. And maybe that's part of the problem too. We're struggling a little bit defensively. Rio Dyer had a good game last time out. He's on the right wing with Edge on the left. Carey and Malone centre midfield. Roberts and Jones up front. Now, can Sam Jones get his first goal for the club? And can we put in a convincing performance on the road? Because we haven't won an away game for quite a while. So from the cup game, it is all changed by the goalkeeper. 10 changes in total. It's a good Barry Town United team. They have dropped a few players out. They signed James Price-Pike in the summer. Of course, we know he's a very good one. We tried to sign him at the start of season 1, or Ben Williams did. Didn't quite work out. He went to Newtown in the end. Harry Clifton on the bench, a brilliant signing as well. But still the likes of Will Richards. We know Even Press very well from Bangor City last year, and Kay McLagan too. So let's see if we can get a result. Anything but a defeat is positive, because it keeps the unbeaten run going. But given our start to the season, if we want a top 3 place, we're going to have to win games like Barry and Cardiff Met Uni to make up the difference. And early doors, it looks pretty good. That is a beautiful set piece routine. I said just before this game, didn't I? We've done loads of work on it. Edge delivers it back to Lever, into Rio Dyer. And the big man at the back post just taps it in. That's the quality we were looking for. As Sam Jones is brought down by Press, that's a naughty tackle. And he's straight off. Even Press, he's trying to be a hero, just like he was for us at Bangor City last year. He did so much for us there, and he's doing a lot for us here. This is about the best start we could have asked for. It means Harry Clifton's on. We're getting to see a man who's played a lot of football in England, as Hughes gets it on the left-hand side to Allman. We cannot lose this from 1-0 up, and a man up, as Jenkins gets it wide to Webster. They're keeping the ball well here, Barry Town. Still playing quite central, so got a lot of men and an overload there. Greening into Hughes. Where's the defence gone? Oh, that is so bad. I know we've been working on set pieces and it's taken a little bit away from the general style. What's Carey doing? You've got to follow your midfield runner. And now, despite coming up against 10 men, we've been pegged back. I'm absolutely furious with the manner of that goal. Barry Town United, 1 shot on target, 1 goal. And at the moment, we're dropping into the bottom half. It's scandalous, really. Charlie Edge, can he save us with a free kick? He can't. It's over the bar. And as we come up to half-time, it's another game, isn't it? Loads of shots on target, loads of opportunities, but no goals. The strikers aren't scoring. The defence is looking like conceding every time they've got to defend. And from the first 10 minutes, where everything was perfect, I'm now a very unhappy man. Let's get through the half-time team talk. I'd like to give them a rocket, to be honest. But the assistant manager is recommending different, and we're trying to build confidence. So I'm going to go and have a zen moment, and hopefully we'll bounce back in the second half. And we're back as we escape from what I presume was a corner for Barry Town United. Malone on the charge releases Roberts. What's that? I mean, Roberts' run was nothing anyway, but what was he expecting him to do with that? Pearson gives it to Webster. Inside to Greening. Up to Allman. Wide to Pearson. And they just look all over us at the moment. What on earth has happened? They've gone down to 10 men and they suddenly look 100 times better. Greening finds Hughes. It's a brilliant save from Coley. Has someone not learnt to close him down after the first goal? I'm going to have to drop back to balance because we're actually getting outplayed by a side with 10 men here. Greening delivers it. Lever heads away. At least we're defending them a bit better. Allman gets to the right wing though. I haven't said it's over yet. They've still got a chance to have a second wave of attack. To Hughes on the edge. Will somebody close him down, please? I'm begging you. Roberts comes away with it down the right. Can we nick one on the counter? He's got a run up but he goes back. That's the lack of confidence. Passing backwards, playing safe, rather than going forward. It's up to Sam Jones, the target man. Releases Dyer. Scored the first goal. Can he set one up now? Back to Charlie Edge on the edge of the box. And the highlight just ends with Edge 20 yards out. Pearson's got a throw at the other end. I am so angry with this performance. I'm sure you can tell. But Jones brings it away. Good work, but the fact he's back there isn't a good sign for us. Chips over to Charlie Edge on the left-hand side. Delivers for Nick Roberts. Puts it in. Of course he finishes brilliantly when the offside flag's up. Oh, this game. I really feel we might get sacked this year because expectations have risen now. We're expected top half and we're playing woefully, but we've got a set piece. Charlie Edge to the back post. Edwards back in. Lewis loses out. It's cleared by Hughes. Now can they counter us? It's good pressing in fairness. And it's cleared as far as Lever. Can we create another attack? We've still got men up. He finds Sam Jones to Roberts to Dyer. He's got space, but he takes a poor touch. It goes wide. Back to Kane Lewis. Delivers to Roberts. There's the goal. Nick Roberts puts us 2-1 up. It's a crucial one for his confidence. And with an hour gone, you could argue it's been even at the start of the second half. But over the course of the game, we thoroughly deserve the lead. And we've got another corner kick with Charlie Edge. Can we make these set pieces count? Rio Dyer in. Lewis just kept it in, but it hit the post. We've got another corner now. We look like we're growing in confidence again. Rio Dyer hits the post again. Oh my words. Will this ball stop hitting the woodwork? We've mentioned it before. It's literally 3 or 4 times a game now, but let's go and make some changes. Dyer looks knackered. He's on a yellow. I'm going to bring Ian Rees on. I'm also going to bring off Carey, who was at fault for the goal in my book. We'll bring on Bio and we'll go a little bit more sort of box-to-box and defensive style. And then Sam Jones off for Jake Cassidy. I know he's not quite fit yet, but Sam Jones, for his ability, has just not got going. He's not looked to target man. He's not really attacked set pieces, which he should do, and he's in a role to do. It's been really disappointing, but at the moment, we're going to nick a win, and that's what's important. Can we build confidence? Can we get back-to-back wins? And can we get back in the race for Europe? As Edge finds Peters on the left. A third goal would surely seal it. Roberts loses out though. Edge delivers again. Headed away as far as Yolani Bio to Ian Rees. The substitute gets to his byline. It's forced backwards in the end. His cross is blocked. And Clifton can clear it downfield to McLagan. Don't you dare. Don't you dare score from here. He's been swarmed with bodies. But nobody gets the ball. Webster goes long. Edwards heads away. Malone in that playmaker role now to Cassidy. He goes wide to Peters. I just need a third goal so I can relax because I don't trust our defence this season. Peters taking on his man. Back to Edge. Up to Cassidy. Takes on his man. He's beaten, but Peters gets it in. Roberts on the volley just over. Almost back to confidence with a brace there. But even though he's just started to score 1 or 2, he never looks like he's going to score like last season. And into stoppage time, it's 2-1 Cefn Druids. We do hold on for a crucial win. But my word, against 10 men with a 1-goal lead in the first 10 minutes, we made mighty hard work of that. Let's skip ahead to Cardiff Met Uni, another big opportunity. If we can win that, I might start to believe again. But really, we need some convincing performances. They've been miles off this season. We are back to face Cardiff Met Uni, a home game, a chance to keep that unbeaten streak going. And what I'd really like is a convincing performance. But we're playing at the end of the weekend again. We've dropped back down to 6th. However, if we win this game, we're suddenly up to 3rd place above Barrytown United. A draw leaves us in 6th because we've got a worse goal difference than everyone else. And a defeat, depending on the score, could put us back into the bottom half. So let's go and have a look at what team we can put out today. I'm imagining if everyone's fit, it will probably be almost the same 11. I'm in and ahhing between Cassidy and Jones up front, but Jones has played better the last 2 games. And everyone else in the team, Charlie Edge seems to be improving again, despite his attributes getting worse. So the star rating system a little flawed there. But the rest of it, I think we have to keep the same. So no changes to the 11. Cooper has got a knock on the bench, so he'll be replaced by Naylor. He's the first choice of the subs anyway. And I think that's it. We've got to have a go at winning this match. We started the season so well. We've dropped off. We're on our way back. Now, can we get back in that top 3? And with it, in the chase for European football. They've lost a couple of players in the summer of Cardiff Met Uni, but they've still got a very good squad. The likes of Craig Curran, Dibble in goal is a good keeper. They've even got the likes of Callum Watts and Josh Edwards in midfield, who are key players, are good footballers. Lucas Murray at the back, another one that our director of football tried to sign in the first season. Another one we had at Bangor City last year. But into the first half, we'll try and be front-footed. We need our strikers in scoring form as Charlie Edge has the early corner. Kane Lewis is up with a big head. And that is absolutely fantastic. And I can't verify whether he's got a big header. I of course meant a big header. But it's 1-0 in the first minute. And that is the perfect start. Well, half an hour gone. We're yet to see another highlight. More crucially, I guess, we're yet to see a Cardiff Met Uni chance. However, they've got a corner here. Outswinger from Hugh. Lever heads away. I've got to say, the work on set pieces the last months looked really well spent because we've been brilliant from them. As Malone nicks it up on halfway, I've left him up from corners because he's not good in the air and he's electric quick. As Edge goes back to Carey in the centre circle, switch of play to Lewis, the goal scorer, although Dyer comes back to pick it up. He plays down the line to Nick Roberts. Scored that goal last time out. Can he add to his tally today? Can we get the strikers on the score sheet? Can Jones open his account? Dyer crosses it into him. He loses out in the air. And it falls for Kane Lewis to Carey. To Malone. Oh, that'll do. That will do, Dan Malone. We've been waiting a while for the confidence to come back. This might be the game. A set piece, a screamer, a comfortable 2-0 lead. No shots for Cardiff Met Uni. And I think we might be back. If we can do that, the top 3 is a great opportunity again. Because on paper, after the top 2 sides, there's no better first 11 on paper. If we can keep them fit, we're in business. It's a fantastic first half performance. We're delighted with it. Now let's get the strikers on the score sheet. Let's really make a game of this. Well, up to the hour mark, and if anything, Cardiff Met Uni have had a bit more of this second half, and they're coming forward again now. I might go positive just to try and get on the ball, but we'll see out this one first, as Watts comes down the right-hand side, goes back to George. The last thing we want is them to get one back. Oh, it's such a poor goal. He's a player that I saw the opposition instructions from the assistant was to close down quickly and to get tight marking on with, and nobody was near him for the shot. He's one of the best players in their team, Joshua Edwards. Technically, he's a very good footballer. And you can see he would be better than our midfielders, bar Malone. I just don't understand. Why are the instructions not being followed? Is it confidence? Is it a lack of belief? Or is it just ignorance? Are they believing their own hype after last season? There's definitely a problem at centre-half. Kai Edwards is not the player he once was. I'm almost tempted to give Jesse Naylor a run at one point soon. But for now, Dyer's knackered, Ian Reese on for him. Sam Jones has been poor, yet again. I'm going to bring Jake Cassidy on. We'll save the last 5 more minutes. Because if we lose a 2-0 lead, I think we're going to have to accept that this is going to be a long season. And after all that optimism at half-time, doesn't take much to bring the tension back, does it? As Peters gets the ball on the left. These are the sorts of games that last year we'd see out. Roberts would nick a third on the break. But we haven't got that this year as Cassidy picks it up. Goes wide to Charlie Edge. Can he get the cross in? His declining, which hasn't helped, though. That's a great ball. Nick Roberts heads it wide. Chances that he never used to miss. And now he's knackered and we've got defending to do. Once it's done, I will take him off for Christian Marr. But we need to get this victory and we cannot afford to concede again. Watts has been left by his man. What on earth is going on with the midfield runners? Is it the inexperience of Carey? I don't know. But we've got a throw on the right with Lewis. Marr has come on. I'm tempted to promote Nichols because he's a better finisher than Roberts and he's the next quickest as well. As Lewis gets it on the right-hand side. Gets it to Carey. He's giving it away. And now it's a 3-on-3. Carey's going back with him. You've got to foul him. Use your inexperience and just bring him down. Be boisterous. As it goes to Capel and Joshua Edwards, who got the goal back into this for them. To Williams, who of course our director of football tried to sign in January. Through ball to Ewing. It's a great interception by Coley. He came and smothered that because we were in big trouble. Long kick forward. I'm probably not talking much sense, but I am very, very tense at the moment for this one. The Edge with a cross which is blocked back to Peters. What's he doing in there? Malone to Edge. Oh, he's brought down. Got to be a penalty. Got to be a foul. Christian Marr is the best penalty taker. He scored one and missed one against Ruthin. I could really do with him scoring this just to put the game to bed. Christian Marr. Oh, saved again. It's 2-1 still. And he's missed 2 penalties out of 3 this season now. Lewis crosses to Edge, who loses out in the air. It's just not going for us. There's just no confidence in this side. And even though we're stumbling towards the finish line again, there is nothing to suggest that we should be building confidence here. We're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. I'm going to go defensive. I'm going to time waste because I don't really trust the lads like I did last year. Carey will drop into a deep line position. Malone will do the same, I think, but as a support duty. And then we'll do our classics. We'll time waste all the time. We'll play a little bit shorter when we get it. We don't want to get caught out in possession. We'll slow the pace down. We'll hold our shape. We'll regroup when we lose the ball. And I was even tempted to sit a bit deeper, but we're not going to because they've got 3 in midfield. 3.5 minutes of stoppage time to hang on. And Kai Edwards has been booked. They've got a free kick in a really good position, 25 to 30 yards out. Rounsfeld takes it. Great save, Coley onto the post. Good challenge, Lever on the rebounds. But I think we know what our director of football needs to do now. We need another centre-half in January because Kai Edwards into his 30s and declining at speed. And Jesse Naylor is going to get a run in the side now because it's happened too many times. Ian Reese back to Lewis, to Carey. Of course, we could put Bayo right back and Lewis back in the middle. What's that, though, from Lewis? Oh, my words. Was never a foul on Kai Edwards. We've got away with one. What a decision in the 94th minute. Cody better hoof this downfield. Hit it as long as you can and then let the final whistle go. Reese loses out in the air. We hold on for another 2-1 win. but those are about the two least convincing victories you will ever see. It's a win. We continue to try and build these lads up, but to be honest, the strikers aren't scoring. Defensively, we look a little bit shaky, and I'm very pleased that we've managed to get 6 points, because I think you will agree with me that we probably didn't deserve them for the most part, certainly in the first game. So although we're getting victories in these two matches, and of course it is great to be on paper back up to third behind just the two big teams, I don't think we can take much comfort from that, because I don't see any positives in terms of long-term form. I think we just snuck over the line in a couple of games. We've lost 3 games already. We're really declining at the back. We're letting in more goals than ever. We're struggling to get the strikers on the score sheet. And really, we're reliant on Charlie Edge's set-piece routines to save us. And that isn't going to be a strategy for the whole season. What we're going to do, though, is have a look at the schedule for when Minette's going to be back. I'm going to make those tactical changes now. Going to get Jesse Naylor in, just see how he does. Maybe trial with the Lewis and Bio experiment too. And then we will be back, I think, probably depending on who we get in a League Cup semi-final, because then we might leave it a little longer. But for now, I'm looking at the Welsh Cup third round and Connors Key as our point to return, because TNS are going to be out of sight this year. And I think it's us and Connors Key scrapping it out for second if we can find and maintain our form. It's 4 victories in a row, but all of the league ones are by the odd goal, and we don't look convincing either. If you did enjoy the episode though, and the fact that we did cling on for 6 points, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you think we can do as an alternative if Kai Edwards is declining too quick. And how on earth do I get these strikers scoring again? Nick Roberts could not miss last year. And this season, whether it's Cassidy or Jones alongside him, we just cannot get him scoring. It doesn't help also that Sam Jones is yet to score either. Cassidy, brilliant in the pre-season qualifiers for Europe, has completely dropped off now. So if you're looking forward to finding out if we can improve the performances, we can get the results to get interest from other clubs, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. Tomorrow is the final day on the beta schedule, and then from Tuesday, the 2 long-term stories will rotate at 3:30. There's a special from FM Mobile coming from that day as well, so keep your eyes peeled for double uploads next week, albeit in a slightly different format. You can find links to anything you've missed, including the Data Hub special, the Twitch channel for regular live streams, and the 2 long-term stories up in the eye above. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support as always, it is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time as we head towards the busy festive period, and hopefully a cup run and a race for second with Cefn Druids. Maybe even a job offer if we can find some form. See you next time to find out.